Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be going over the 7 best marketplaces to buy and sell e-commerce businesses. Now, when it comes to looking for an e-commerce store, it's important that you look for the right business broker that best matches your specific needs, whether that is due to the acquisition size, what's your general budget that you're looking for, what type of monthly revenue are you looking for, what kind of price range are you generally looking for, and even within that, what type of e-commerce business are you looking for? Because there's multiple different types of e-commerce businesses, which I'm going to touch on a little bit in this video so you can get a good idea of what the best marketplace is to look for an e-commerce store or business based on what your requirements are and what you're looking for out of an e-commerce business. So the first marketplace we're taking a look at here today is, of course, Flippa. And Flippa, I have used them personally, and I would say they are absolutely fantastic for someone who is looking for a smaller e-commerce store, and they do actually have a good range of both small, medium, and large size e-commerce businesses on all different ranges, because Flippa is really the number one marketplace. And I'm saying that just because out of pure popularity. Flippa has been around for a long time, and they are quite popular in the business brokering space, especially within online businesses. Now, there is a little bit of a in between there within online business and e-commerce, because some e-commerce businesses do have physical inventory. So that is something we're going to touch on a little bit in this video as well when you're comparing the different marketplaces and business brokers. But within Flippa, if you're looking for e-commerce businesses, all you have to do is go over here to browse and websites, and then you have e-commerce. Now, between the different types of e-commerce businesses, they have Shopify, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, digital products, as well as inventory holding. Like I said, with inventory holding, maybe some people have some inventory at a warehouse or things like that within their e-commerce business. So that is something to consider. But these are the different types of e-commerce businesses that you can find within Flippa. And Flippa is generally, I would say, pretty solid if you want to get in that entry-level marketplace. Maybe you're looking to get started at a smaller scale, then Flippa is a pretty good place to look. And they do have quite a variety of different types of e-commerce businesses, like I had just shown here within their different niche categories. Now, we're not going to be taking a deep dive into specific businesses because, of course, depending on the time that you're looking at this video here today, you're going to have to do your own due diligence based on what's available on the marketplace for the current time, of course, because listings are always fluctuating. They're always going up, going down. So you're not, listings are dependent on the time, of course, when you take a look at the marketplace. So I would say Flip is a pretty solid one. Now, moving into number 2, we're going to Exchange Marketplace. Now, Exchange Marketplace is actually owned by Shopify. So if you watch a lot of other videos on my channel here, we talk a lot about Shopify stores and getting started with e-commerce, and Shopify does own the Exchange Marketplace. So Exchange Marketplace is a good place to look for specifically just e-commerce businesses. I had mentioned as well that Flippa does do a lot of other different types of businesses beyond just e-commerce stores. Even SaaS businesses, as you can see here, all the different things that they also offer and sell businesses within. Of course, also Shopify stores, Amazon FBA, but Exchange Marketplace focuses more on just obviously within the Shopify ecosystem, so just Shopify stores. If you're looking for other types of e-commerce platforms, then of course those are available across the other different types of brokers and marketplaces that we're looking at here in this video today. But taking a look at Shopify Exchange and the Exchange Marketplace, as far as due diligence goes, a little bit more due diligence that might need to be done in comparison to whereas Flippa, they do have some services that they can offer you as far as due diligence goes. If you would like them to have a professional broker look at the businesses with you, they do offer those types of services with Flippa, whereas Exchange Marketplace is a little bit more of the wild west, although they do have people that you can contact. But it's a little bit more on you to do the due diligence, because some of the businesses that come up here, you never know what you might find even at Wall Street Bets merch store. I find that one kind of funny, personally, but hey, it's up here. Their asking price is only $1,000. So not looking too much into the businesses here in this video, but that just gives you an example of some of the types of businesses that you might find in the Exchange Marketplace. It's a little bit more of the wild west. You might find some decent deals in here, but it's you're not going to find as much vetted businesses within the exchange marketplace, although it is a decent place to look just because there is such a variety of Shopify stores that people list easily on here. So you might be able to find a good deal, but it's going to take a little bit more due diligence than maybe some of the other marketplaces that we're looking at in this video with the exchange marketplace. So that's something to consider. Of course, they do have drop shipping. They do have other types of e-commerce businesses. Such as this Keto Connect. As you can see, they offer support. So some businesses will offer you support as well if you purchase a business through them. Some of the the business owners will offer additional support over time if you purchase business. Maybe they'll help you out with offering different types of consulting on the business as well. So that's something to consider. Obviously, they do have all different types of e-commerce businesses all on the Shopify platform. So if you're familiar with Shopify and you want to just stick to Shopify, maybe the exchange marketplace is good for you. Now, moving into the next one here, we have Empire Flippers. Now, Empire Flippers is personally one of my favorites, actually. They are like top of the list, creme de la creme, in my personal opinion, when it comes to business brokering, specifically the online business space, and even more specifically, the e-commerce businesses that we're focusing in on this video. Online businesses in general, Empire Flippers has a super solid due diligence team. Of course, you're going to have to do some of your own due diligence as well, but they do vet a lot. Pretty much, they vet all the listings that go on their marketplace. Now, not to say that you still need to do your own due diligence, of course, when you're looking at different businesses, but it's important to mention that Empire Flippers does kind of have a sift. They sift through the listings that are going to get on their marketplace. So you might not deal with as much of the whole wild, wild west that you would on Exchange Marketplace or even Flippa. So a little bit more vetted, but of course, the more vetted, typically maybe the more expensive some of these businesses are. So if you're looking to get started, businesses are a little bit more expensive. Taking a look here at the latest listings, as you can see, they do have some in the $4 million range, the $1.5 million range, so based on their monthly net profit. And some of these businesses are also quite expansive. They have e-commerce, they have Amazon FBA as well. So depending on what you're looking for, they have various different niches that you could get into, maybe supplement space, or even equipment, or various different niches, home, possibly health and fitness, pet care. So obviously lots of different types of niches that you can look at, and they have lots of different listings within their marketplace. You can select the different types of monetization as well, so you can see, hey, maybe I want a certain type of business within this space. Then that's what you can find. Now, at the top end of their range, they do have I think up to the $10 million range. They are looking to, of course, list and sell even bigger businesses. But if you're looking at above the $10 million range, then you're going to have to look elsewhere generally. But they do have some listings at that kind of price point. But we're going to be looking at other brokers as well that do offer listings at that higher range. I just wanted to get started in this video with some of the lower end on the marketplace, such as the Flippa or Exchange Marketplace, moving up the ladder into the more expensive e-commerce businesses that are available. So if you're looking for higher ranges, stay tuned, of course, keep watching the video, but Empire Flippers does have some of those. So we're getting into that kind of in-between level as far as the size and scale of the businesses that they have available, and taking a look at the marketplace just to kind of give you a quick glance at it. Of course, if you want full access, you have to register for them, or you could schedule a call with them as well. They have, this is the multiples as well. They do some seller interviews. So sometimes if you're looking for a seller interview, that's a good way to kind of get a feel for the business as well. As you can see, this one's at the $5 million range, $4.4 million range within e-commerce. Some are even in drop shipping as well. So depending on what type of e-commerce you're looking for, they have multiple different types of e-commerce listings as well. Amazon FBA, e-commerce, drop shipping, all of that is here within Empire Flippers. So of course you could take a look at the price range. Like I said, up to that $7.2 million range currently. If you want to go beyond that, then that's what we're going to get into in the next couple of brokers here. So moving into the next one, we have Quietlight. Now, Quietlight brokerage is kind of that step above Empire Flippers. If you're looking for higher, more established based businesses, then that's what you're going to find within Quietlight. So Quietlight has a lot of different online businesses for sale. Of course, specifically within the e-commerce space is an area that they definitely have quite a bit of focus on. And Now, of course, if you're looking for smaller businesses, you might want to have to stick to the Empire Flippers or the Exchange Marketplace or Flippa. But if you're looking for that higher range, then definitely take a look at Quietlight. So they have various different you can accept offers. This one's at the $19 million range, $16 million range. Now, it's important to mention, too, that some of these within Quietlight actually do offer SBA pre-qualified, which is something I hear a lot about in the business broker space. Hey, is this SBA pre-qualified? Within e-commerce, it's a little bit more rare to find the SBA pre-qualified. Now, the SBA is working, of course, to get into this new place within e-commerce and how they're going to tackle it and make sure that it's within their pre-qualification ranges. But you can get some financing, although they do have some seller financing, especially within Empire Flippers as well. Some sellers will offer that, but you can get some SBA pre-qualified on some of the listings here within Quietlight. So that is something else to consider, maybe if you're looking for business financing. It just depends on what you're looking for, of course, in your specific scenario. They do have some under offer currently in lots of different types of niches. So you have some of the e-commerce, you have Shopify stores, you have business B2B brands, you have lots of different types. So Amazon FBA, traditional e-commerce. So it really just depends on what you're looking for as well. But they do have that higher range. So Quietlight's good for looking there in that target range, depending on, of course, what you're looking for. Office products, Shopify site, sporting goods, lots of different niches, lots of different price ranges. Of course, you could take a look at their listings yourself, depending on what's available at the moment. This one's an SBA pre-qualified e-commerce site in the Latin market. So it just depends on what you're looking for, but I would definitely take a look at Quietlight. Now, moving into the next one, we have FE International. FE International is they focus in on lots of different types of online businesses and, of course, within e-commerce as well. Now, I would say FE International is kind of in between the Quietlight and Empire Flippers as far as the general ranges that they have within their marketplace. But FE International, if you take a look at buy a website, you can see some of their listings here. So this one's at the 9.6 mm. This one is the some of these private equity deals. They have various different SaaS, but they do see digital products, e-commerce. So weight loss, they have one at the 1.5 million year gross. So their asking price is 3.5 million. So they're kind of just a step below Quietlight as far as the price ranges on some of them. Although some of the asking prices are closer to that Quietlight private equity deal, depending on what you're looking for, of course. So they do have some businesses that kind of breach that $10 million range, more similar to Quietlight. And of course, Empire Flippers does focus in on that range here. Now, of course, Empire Flippers, they are of course looking to acquire and sellers that are within that above $10 million range. Just depends on what you're looking for at the moment. But you can find that here within different e-commerce businesses on FE International as well. Digital products. So they have a lot of different types of businesses. I would say if you're looking more specifically for e-commerce, then Quietlight is probably a little bit better as far as the listings that they have general, and they all have quite a variety of different listings, but Amazon FBA and e-commerce, a little bit more common within Quietlight. Then maybe FE International has quite a bit of SaaS focused or software development type businesses as well, but they do have a good range of e-commerce. So it really just depends on the day, what you're looking at, what they have. See, they do have some that are SBA eligible as well. And they do have a good, nice little description here. Of course, you can contact them for more details on the business. But yeah, so FE International is another good one to take a look at. Moving into the next one here, we have Website Closers. Now, Website Closers does a lot of marketing, do a lot of digital marketing. So if you're new to the space, maybe you've seen an ad from Website Closers. They have a lot of different promotions that they have. So I would say Website Closers is a good range across the board. So you can get a decent mix of different types of e-commerce businesses within Website Closers. So as you can see, this is generally what they sell within their range here, e-commerce brands. So they do have a decent variety. So you can see they have more SaaSes at that higher level, but even some of the highest level that they've closed at, see an $85 million e-commerce retailers. So within e-commerce platform and Amazon. So just depends on what you're looking for. They do have quite a range on website closers. You can take a look at their business listings here. So, of course, growing nutrition supplements. So website closers does have that high range as well within the e-commerce space. And they do have quite a bit of listings within their marketplace. They do also advertise quite a bit. So if you're new to the space, you've probably seen them before. They have a lot of Amazon FBA, a lot of e-commerce. So I would say website closers are another good one to check out. Now, the last one here in this video today is BizByCell. Now, BizByCell, they are a little bit more focused on the restaurants and traditional brick and mortar businesses within that. That's typically what their wheelhouse is for their industries. But you can find some e-commerce and website listings on the BizByCell. It just is a little bit more few and far between, and a lot of them. So you could put in a specific location maybe. Maybe you'd be able to find an e-commerce business that has local resources as far as their inventory. Maybe they have a warehouse. So maybe you'd be able to find something that's local to you that is still within the e-commerce industry. So it just depends on what you're looking for, of course, but you might be able to find a business in that kind of niche category that fits your criteria. Obviously, they focus in more on the restaurants, services, retail, more traditional brick and mortar real estate type transactions within the small business space, but you can find some e-commerce businesses. Now, if you take a look here at BizByCell, a lot of them are going to be website closer ads. As you can see, website closers. A lot of them are website closer ads, but you can find some e-commerce listings that are not just website closers. So direct to consumer, retail. So you can dig through here and find some that are e-commerce focused. It just is a little bit more few and far between. It just depends on what you're looking for, of course. So some of them are distribution companies, various different types of wholesale distribution, maybe some other products and services. So this is one right here, Portland, Oregon, e-scooter technology business. So a little bit more few and far between here, but there are some that you might be able to find that fit your criteria within BizByCell. It really just depends. Like I said, this is the last one in this video here today because it's a little bit more few and far between as far as finding one that might match your criteria. A lot of them are website closer ads, so it really just depends on what you're looking for. But maybe you'd be able to find something within BizByCell. It might take a little bit more digging, but I would definitely stick to the website closers, FE International, Quietlight, Empire Flippers, Exchange Marketplace, and Flippa. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video. So I will see you in the next one. Peace out.